So this journalist is really at the point where he is crying, he is lashing out, he is having a full-blown public meltdown at the idea that Elon Musk, who has been successful in several different ventures, not quite so successful in other ventures, Elon Musk doesn't even matter anymore. What is up? My name is Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. I am back. This, of course, is the epicenter for all of your current and captivating coastal elite chaos. So please hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, share this with a friend. Let's go. So at least one of the good folks over at the SF Gate had a complete meltdown over Elon Musk again, and we all saw Elon tell the advertisers on X to kick rocks, and that's putting it nicely. And this guy, Drew McGarry, had a total and complete meltdown over it. This is it. He's done for. You don't even matter anymore, Elon. All right, bro. Calm down. This is a full-blown temper tantrum, but on the plus side, this ain't AI. I don't think a machine could get this emotional if it tried. And for the record, I am not a fan of Twitter. I'd be the first to blame it for speeding up the demise of modern society. But I think as far as the platform is concerned, Elon is legitimately trying to pry it out of the control of maniacal, diabolical establishment shill weirdos that were driving the madness. And this particular San Francisco media weirdo just cannot handle it. They say this guy watched Elon's entire erratic interview, so you don't have to. They're already letting you know that you should not watch it. We'll tell you what to think about it. We'll tell you why Elon man bad, flamethrower man bad, electric car man bad, basically Nazi, but also from the river to the sea. Same thing with Kanye. Kanye Nazi, but also Hamas not so bad. They'll just never acknowledge any of these contradictions, and it just never ends with this insanity. And there's been more than a few full-blown meltdown opinion pieces about how Trump is a dictator. They're batting at the top of the order once again. Incredibly predictable. It's exhausting. It's painful to watch the power slip from these maniacs' hands, and they are doing everything they can to hold on to it. Newsom is debating DeSantis. The system is glitching for sure. The censorship isn't really working anymore. And these people hate that everyone now has a computer in their pocket. There was once a time when it was just 5 channels or whatever, and they had complete control over that. The political class, most of which predate television, long for the days when they had control of any and all narratives. But they also want the ease of indoctrinating kids through TikTok, and that's at least part of the reason why this particular media personality hates the idea of Elon allowing some unapproved ideas to float on Twitter and telling the advertisers to kick rocks. This is a complete mess, but he starts, "Secretly, I'd preferred if the richest men on earth were special. I know that there are genuinely exceptional people out there because I've watched Steph Curry play basketball." Okay, fair enough. Steph Curry is also a terrible establishment hack shill, but he is good at basketball. I tried to identify as him several times, but it didn't really work. It goes on. "So it's only fair of me to want our most successful business people to be people of comparable, if not greater talent. That's how I thought of the Waltons and Gateses of the world when I was a middle schooler. And in a just world, parentheses, ha, and he's right there, probably not for the reasons he thinks, but we do not live in a just world. I would have been not only right to think it, but happy to know it. If these men were great, then the socioeconomic system that elevated them would also be great and fair." Which brings me to Elon Musk. At one point in his career, Musk was the heir apparent to the late Steve Jobs. He ran multiple tech corporations at once and seemingly did so with and genuine interest in improving the lives of his customers. He launched the first reusable space rockets. He had nascent plans to reinvent modern public transit with a Hyperloop that could shoot you from LA to San Francisco in 36 tidy minutes. He made Tesla's patents available to all and described his reason for doing so with simple brilliance. So he's telling you right there that he used to like Elon Musk, but obviously something changed. That Elon Musk was the naive person's idea of what a billionaire should be, but we're all a little bit wiser now. Whereas Musk is no longer as articulate nor as magnanimous as he once was. He delivered final proof of that yesterday at the New York Times Deal Book Summit, in which he had the following bizarre exchange with journalist Andrew Ross Sorkin. And then, they embed the interview, which I think is really long, so I'm not going to sit through that. And then he explains a bit of background is required here. A little over a year ago, Musk, already the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and founder of the Boring Company, bought Twitter after making an obscene offer for it seemingly on a lark. Then he tried to back out of the deal by inventing whatever reasons he could to find in his desk. Then he bought it anyway when he realized that the die was cast. After that, he rebranded Twitter as X, laid off so many staffers that quality control on the platform became all but non-existent. Okay, so he got rid of all the people that were censoring and canceling anybody who had an idea or a thought outside of the approved narrative. And I think we all remember how much, or I should say, how little Twitter was worth and how a lot of their employees were openly calling for different story. He turned off its verification system, or turned its verification system into a subscription service for thirsty MAGA losers. I mean, give it a rest, bro. We all know where you stand. You have to keep going. Does this ever get exhausting for these people? MAGA losers. Bro, you're the loser. You're the one constantly crying. You guys are the people who are pretending that an empty suit in Joe Biden is good for the country. It's absolutely bizarre. Watched his new company's revenues drop by 50% and its American user base drop by nearly 20%. A smarter billionaire might have cut his losses with X and turned his focus back into minting ugly cyber trucks. But Musk has put all of his energy to the great deterrent of his other assets into reshaping X in his own image instead, replete with anti-Semitic tropes out of the Illinois National Socialist playbook, and a tacit effort to revive the long debunked Pizzagate conspiracy. This is because, and I'm not exaggerating, Musk truly believes that he who controls X controls the world. And I said this at the beginning, that Twitter is largely responsible for the downward spiral of society. His exchange with Sorkin yesterday, the entirety of which you can watch on the New York Times YouTube channel, all but proves it. It also proves that he's a real tit. Okay. I mean, it goes on like this. After many big-name companies withdrew their advertising from X in the wake of Musk's continued hate speech, they're never going to pinpoint what that is, and they're never going to draw the comparison that all of the people shutting down traffic with their Palestine flags are kind of in the same boat as the people you call everybody you don't like. But that's a different story. He used his exchange with Sorkin to respond to those companies thusly: don't advertise. If someone is going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go F yourself. We all saw that. He goes on to recap the entire interview in thousands of words. Lots of quotes here, but it doesn't really matter, because here's where it gets really good. After Elon said that we were going to document the demise of Twitter and the advertisers that caused the company to fail in great detail and see how Earth would respond, this San Francisco journalist says, well, allow me to respond on behalf of the Earth. So this man is now taking the stance that he speaks for everybody, even though it's quite clear that he speaks for a fringe minority. The brands are right. No one gives a F about X anymore, and no one will be outraged when you, yes you, Elon, have finally killed it. The days of serial tweeters like me lamenting the days of Twitter Classic are over. We've gone elsewhere and use X only sparingly and as a necessary evil. Without us and without any advertising support, X will soon make no money of any sort, and you'll be left only with the occasional $8 a month from Freedom Bob 69, whatever, funny joke. Oh, wait, but there's more reality for you, Elon. The Cybertruck is already not only a laughingstock, but existent on the eve of its launch, and by your own admission, won't turn a profit until a year and a half from now at the earliest. The Boring Company, established to make the Hyperloop a reality, has only built a glorified parking ramp in Vegas after burning through nearly $800 million in venture capitalist funding. Tesla's revenues are sinking as the big automakers roll out their own EVs that are more appealing than your four-wheeled bachelor pads. Your company, SpaceX, will fail in its doomed mission to make humans a multiplanetary species, and its rockets won't stop blowing up. And your biography sucked. So it's over for you, Elon Musk. You are a public failure of a man. You'll still be rich, but no longer matter. That's all you really wanted out of this, wasn't it? You bought Twitter because you thought owning it would make you the most special person in the whole wide world, only to reveal yourself as an unremarkable S-head with no good ideas. Bro, why are you so angry? And how are you going to pretend that this guy doesn't have any good ideas? You don't have to be an Elon fanboy to realize that he's good at some things. It's not that hard to see. But these people are so deranged, and when Trump gets put on the back burner, they come for Elon. When Elon gets put on the back burner, they come for Kanye. When Kanye gets put on the back burner, they go for Sexy Red. They're going to go for anybody who doesn't immediately bend the knee to their insanity. You drove everyone away, including the companies that could have propped up your reputation for another 5 minutes. Whether you'll ever understand this is of no concern to me or anyone else. You've shared your bucket. It has nothing but holes in it. So, for Bob Iger and the rest of humanity, let me say, go F yourself, Elon. Is that clear? So this journalist is really at the point where he is crying, he is lashing out, he is having a full-blown public meltdown at the idea that Elon Musk, who has been successful in several different ventures, not quite so successful in other ventures, Elon Musk doesn't even matter anymore. And I'd be willing to bet my last dollar that there are far more people who know the name Elon Musk than Drew McGarry.